Hi everyone, just a very quick recap of what happened today so that we leave this stupid day in peace in our minds, because I forecasted that today will be closing on a green, and what we got is a big red candle. By the way, what I'm looking at is not this year, it's another year, and this is a fractal which I have given to my subscribers from June time. And so far this fractal has been wrong on 2 days, and the rest of the time it has been right. So the 1st of July it was right to be a local bottom. 2nd and 3rd of July it was right. The 4th of July it was wrong. It forecasted the green. On 4th of July we got a red. And then the 5th of July was correct. It was a small green candle. The 6th of July we got a green, but it had forecasted a red. And look, the 7th of July is a big red candle, exactly what we got today. I knew about this fractal. This is the fractal that I have given to my subscribers, but I did some bespoke analysis, and that bespoke analysis turned out to be wrong. So the analysis was correct that I involved all of those aspects that I mentioned in the previous video. So this aspect is real. I've done a lot of work on this. It gave a 64% probability of closing on green. Venus-Pluto aspect is one of the most bullish aspects in the history of Bitcoin and in our own lives. So that gave us a 59% probability of closing on green. So as I did that work, I decided to override the fractal, and I decided to provide a bespoke analysis just for the 7th, right? And it didn't work out. And the reason why it didn't work out is that I involved only the astro here. So it is true, these two aspects did forecast green closures. But what I did not involve is the Chinese astrology. I mentioned here only the fire ox. I said in the last video that the fire ox is very bullish. It's a nobleman for Bitcoin. Fire is a bull element for Bitcoin, and the ox is a nobleman for Bitcoin. And I said on a nobleman day it's very rare that it will go wrong. And then I said to you it has 60% probability of closing on green. But 60% is not 100%. Unfortunately, it's not 100%, it's a 60%. And the reason why this very strong, usually very strong day, the day of the fire ox, the reason why it has 60% and not 100% green closures in the history of Bitcoin is because every now and again it comes in a bad month, in a month which provides a bad combination with it. And that was exactly July, and I forgot to check this yesterday. And the reason why I didn't check it is because there are just so many variables like this. If we decide to do a proper check to include all of the variables, we'll need a robot to actually input all of those variables, and then I'll never get to provide any forecast in that way. So it was just too much information to digest. And yes, I missed looking at the relationship between these two. I just focused on the day master, on the day pillar. I said 60% probability of closing on green, in addition to those astro aspects that I mentioned. So that was 3 in total, very serious variables of a green closure today. And then look at that. Those of you who have the personal financial forecast know how bad this relationship is between the ox and the goat. These two are enemies. They're 180 degrees apart on the zodiac, and in Chinese astrology this is your biggest enemy, that is 180 degrees apart from you, and they're too close. Sometimes when the enemies are, one is in the day pillar, the other one is in the year pillar, it's not that bad. But when the enemies are next to each other, they attack the day pillar. This is the own of the chart. In our case, this is the day today, the 7th. The outcome on this day is getting attacked by the enemy. The water is an enemy of the fire, is an enemy element of the fire, and the goat is an enemy of the ox. It just got too much for the ox. And that is what contributed to this dramatic red candle that we got today. That is one of the reasons. And the second reason is too much of yin. When it's too much of yin or too much of yang, when it's too much of the same element, it creates a bearish situation. And I'm giving this example because not only for Bitcoin, but when you get your personal financial forecast done, sometimes I don't really like reflecting on the negative aspects of a chart. There is never a positive, 100% positive chart or 100% negative chart. And sometimes we get these all-female zodiac signs next to each other on all the pillars. And especially if it is a man, it's kind of unpleasant job for me to say, well, you have a weakness here in the chart. It's too much female in the chart, right? So it's better if people just watch this video and understand that this energy is really too imbalanced. I wouldn't call it weak because it's not weak in the redness, is it? Like it went straight down. It's quite a heavy red candle, so that's not weak. It's just bearish. It's nasty. It's bearish. It's not favorable. So what happens in the lives of those people is that they have to work hard to achieve success. Things are not coming very easy to them, which is the case for most people. Most of us plebs on the planet have to work hard for our money, right? Very few people are privileged. So, it's not the end. It's not the end of the day. It's not the end of the world if somebody has 3 female signs lined up next to each other. But it just makes life difficult. It does not determine the outcome, by the way, because you can see here, this chart is assessed to be prosperous. So it doesn't matter, there is difficulty in the chart, but at the end of the day, it is assessing that it is a prosperous chart. Okay. So going back to Bitcoin, these are the 2 main reasons. Too many female here lined up, weakening the energy, making the energy unstable, and making the energy bearish and dramatic, and this hostile relationship between the ox and the goat. Okay, so I should have checked that, and from now on I will be checking it for other days. And the next thing that I wanted to show you is what is happening from now. Okay, and this is coming back here now to what I had in the beginning of the video. This is the chart that I have given to my subscribers. This is the first fractal that I gave to my subscribers, and it's very similar to the fractals that I have shown you in the previous videos. And this is what it's showing: the 7th very heavy red candle, and then the next candle that is showing is the 8th as a green candle. So this is my forecast: green candle for tomorrow, while bearing in mind that we are in a bear month. Today was a confirmation that it's very likely that we are on this fractal, because look how many days are correct now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. 5 out of 7 are correct days. Let me have a look at the percentage of that. 5 out of 7 is 71% accuracy. This fractal is moving with 71% accuracy so far, and based on this fractal, I am making the forecast that tomorrow we're likely to expect a green closure. Let's see how it comes, what happens tomorrow, because I don't want to rush ahead and forecast the pivot before I'm more sure that we are on the right fractal, the one that I think we are. Okay, and as for the other fractals, I cannot show them right now because I'm on another place on the chart, but the other fractals, they were suggesting that the 7th will be lower. 3 out of 2 was suggesting that the 7th will be lower, but I decided to make a bespoke to override those fractals. I decided to make a bespoke assessment based on several bull confluences that were happening today, and I got punished for forgetting to involve this relationship here between these enemies here next to each other. So that's how it goes. You never know, sometimes when you get involved and you make a bespoke assessment, it works better and it manages to override the fractal, and on other occasions it was better to stick to the fractal. So yes, from now on I will be including these considerations in my forecasts. When you have enemies right next to each other, it certainly doesn't help to get a green closure for the day. Bye for now, and I will be in touch with you soon.